Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
You're listening to The Slippery Slope. I'm Jay Fallon, and today I'm going to go a little deeper. So the other day I covered one of the most disturbing statements I've heard from the Queensland Police Union. A warning that more mentally ill Queenslanders will be shot unless the mental health system improves. In response to growing backlash and rising police shootings, the Queensland Police Union called for a royal commission. But was this a genuine push for reform or a strategic deflection from their own failures? Let's break it down. In August of 2024, the Queensland Police Union, led by Ian Levers, officially called for a royal commission into mental health services. Levers said, and I quote, "We are damaging a generation of police who are being called to respond when everything else has failed in society." Now, that sounds noble. It sounds like concern. But let's be honest, it also sounds like a way to shift blame. Because what's missing from this call is any accountability for the police service itself. There's no mention of recruitment standards. There's no mention of training failures. No mention of the culture shift towards lifestyle and money over service. The Queensland Council for Civil Liberties, the QCCL, they weren't buying it. They responded by calling for a broader public inquiry, not just into mental health, but into police shootings themselves. They said there has been no systemic review of the underlying causes of police shootings since 2015. That's a decade of silence, a decade of rising use of lethal force, and Queensland currently leads the nation in police shootings by far. So why hasn't the police commissioner released a report? Why hasn't there been transparency? Because Queensland police are all about transparency. Why hasn't there been transparency about why Queensland officers are pulling the trigger more than any other state? I've said it before, I'll say it again until someone of importance maybe listens. This isn't just about mental health. It's about who we're recruiting. It's about how we're training. It's about the kind of people that we are putting in uniform. When you lower standards, when you prioritize lifestyle and money over service and integrity, you get officers who aren't equipped to handle pressure, who aren't trained to de-escalate, who reach for lethal force because they've got nothing else. When QPS are giving details about a shooting involving an officer, it is consistently stated that officers had no other option but to fire. Yet if a civilian is involved in defending his or her home and is forced to use lethal force, then police always investigate what other options the person had. Why? Because there is almost always another option. It is almost never just a straightforward scenario of no other option. And now we have the police union giving them a narrative. It's not your fault, it's the system's. It's mental health. That's dangerous. That's irresponsible. And I don't believe that is leadership. As someone who's a Christian, I believe in accountability. I believe in truth, and I believe that institutions such as the Queensland Police Service and the union, so especially those with power, have a moral responsibility to protect the vulnerable. We do not and we should not ever shy away from calling out corruption. And we should always stand for justice, real justice, even if it is unpopular. So when I see the union deflecting blame, when I see a system failing both officers and civilians, I think I have to speak up. We all need to speak up because this isn't just a slippery slope. This is a cliff and we're already falling. If we want real change, we need more than Royal Commission. We need transparency. The Queensland Police Service always says they believe in transparency, but we need real transparency. We need honesty. We need a review that looks honestly and openly and transparently at why these things are happening, why these shootings are happening. We need reform, and we need to stop pretending that the problem is only out there. This is just my opinion. I'm Jay Fallon, and thank you for listening to The Slippery Slope.
They just fuel a desire that will take me higher. I'm on fire because nothing's going